Hello, Balanced Enlightment Village. Welcome back for episode 2 of our Mindfulness and Esoteric podcast, where I teach practical strategies for mindfulness and bringing awareness to understanding of universal principles and practices. I hope you have your writing utensils ready. Now, in honor of recent cosmic placements, Cancer Sun, Moon in its second Capricorn full moon, and Saturn and Neptune being in retrograde, we will be discussing divinity and the makings of it. We'll get into the universe, masculinity, femininity, and ways to practice your most divine self. So, before we dive in, quick acknowledgments. I turned 33 this month, y'all. And it was a beautiful, very, very beautiful ceremony of life. Cancer season has now concluded, but the water babies have been healing, growing, and glowing. Okay, because water baby. As mentioned, we have Saturn in retrograde until November 15th. This planet is the ruler of Capricorn and symbolizes self-discipline, responsibility, structure, concentration, hard work paying off, and all of those other amazing things that we as creatures practice to help our root chakra provide us stability. Neptune is also in retrograde until December 7th. It's at home in Pisces and represents consciousness, evolution, dreams, fantasies, transcendence, spirituality, and those crown chakra things that connect us to the Most High. Understanding divinity and the universe. When we talk about divinity, I am referring to encompassing God-like behaviors that encourage consideration outside of the 3D world and therefore allows focus on higher versions of self and levels of consciousness minus religion. Various religions consider divinity to be a characteristic that only refers to God. However, from other perspectives, divinity is an inherent part of the universe itself, serving as a life force and feature of universal consciousness. We love divinity, the freedom, understanding, and privilege that comes with it. Like the universe, divinity is everlasting, filled with numerous aspects and forms of matter and energy. In my perspective, I also view Mama Universe as a reflection of divinity because she embodies complexity, order, mystery, power, and cosmic influence. The connection between divinity and the universe highlights the balance and harmony present in existence. Just as the universe operates through a delicate balance of forces, my understanding of divinity often revolves around the idea of balance between creation and destruction, chaos and order, masculine and feminine energies. So, when we think about divinity in the universe, we can see them as intertwined concepts. The universe, with its vastness and complexity, reflects the divine qualities of mystery, interconnectedness, and balance. And through exploring both, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own place within the grand tapestry of existence. After this quick deep breathing, we'll introduce the divine feminine and the wonders of its characteristics, representation, its role in personal development, and how embracing it can lead to balance and harmony. Welcome back. Now, before I get started, let me say, I feel it's a privilege to have the awareness, environment, and capacity to practice our divinity. It requires us to be in touch with our emotions, consider how the roles of masculinity and femininity affect our perceptions, and being open with our understanding to allow us to practice accordingly. Honestly, Honestly, truly, I really feel this way. Practicing divinity is a privilege. So, I give you this gift of practice, I'd say. So, we have our divine feminine. The divine feminine is the aspect of divine power that connects, binds, and replenishes us and earth. It is in each of us, although some of us may be in more tuned with it than others. The divine feminine represents a set of qualities and energies traditionally associated with femininity. These include nurturing, intuition, creation, compassion, empathy, receptivity. It's about embracing the more softer, fluid aspects of our being, which are often undervalued in a society that prioritizes masculine traits like logic and assertiveness. We can consider orishas like Oshun, Yamaya, or mythological beings like Athena, Aphrodite, as well as goddesses like Saraswati, Parvati, and Lakshmi as figures that embody the diverse aspects of the feminine, from wisdom and creativity to nurturing and abundance. For the record, the divine feminine is not just for or about women. It represents the essential growth and spiritual development that should exist in everyone. It helps us connect with our inner selves, our emotions, and our intuition. As we embrace the feminine energy, we can achieve a more balanced and harmonious state of being. So, why is the divine feminine important? Well, in many ways, it's about balance. Just as the universe thrives on balance between forces, our lives thrive on the balance between the feminine and masculine energies. When we neglect the divine feminine, we may become overly rigid, disconnected from our emotions, or unable to nurture ourselves and others effectively. Okay, so we got an introduction. How do I cultivate my relationship with my divine feminine? I'm glad you asked. So one of my favorites is self-care. The divine feminine emphasizes nurturing and compassion, so taking care of self is an essential practice. From taking a relaxing bath to journaling, facials, pedicures, intentionally giving ourselves permission to rest and recharge. I like to add herbs, spices, flowers, and oils to my baths to make them a more spiritual experience. I feel that when it comes to the divine feminine, that nurturing yourself is really, really important. Allowing yourself, you know what, Spirit has called me to rest today. I know that I had that obligation, but it's not life or death. I cannot do it. I don't want to. I've done so much for others this week. I'm doing this for myself. I definitely invite you to invite and allow that type of energy to free flow through your life so that you can have a more harmonious balance of what you give to others and what you give to yourself. Creativity is another way to embrace the divine feminine. Whether it's painting, writing, dancing, or any other form of artistic expression, creativity allows us to tap into the flow of feminine energy. It allows us to be open, receptive, and in touch with our emotions. I create peace, inspiration, positive energy, and therapeutic workbooks. A versatile way to encounter your inner and higher self is via meditation. Okay, pause. Let's deep breathe. Welcome back. A versatile way to encounter your inner and higher self is via meditation. Meditation has a lot of different ways in which it can be practiced. However, at its foundation, it is an intentional, positive time with self. My meditational practices include absorbing sound healing with various frequencies and instruments, lying exposed in the sun, yoga, cooking, and reciting affirmations. I invite you to allow yourself to get in touch with activities you can add to your routine to enhance your wellness journey. You can also lean into your feminine through channeling your lunar energy by breathing through your left nostril. Reciting mantras like Ma, M-A, activates Kundalini energy that enhances your spiritual awareness. You can reach your divine feminine through techniques like left nostril breathing and other moon activation activities, such as laying out in the moon, intaking moon water, so water that has set in moonlight, as well as spending time recharging your crystals and other instruments by the moonlight as well. Sending you ease of flow on your discovery, cultivation, and expression of your divine feminine. Introduction to the divine masculine. Quick backstory, because y'all know I love those. When it came to the divine feminine, I have a lot of experience with it. I have been a part of an amazing family where there's been a lot of balance between the roles of men and women. And I have been a mom for 15 years now, and I've had to be both masculine and feminine, predominantly in masculine and feminine energies as a unmarried parent. And the feminine comes so natural to me. I don't think it in all ways, so just like the rest and relax part, that's new. However, taking advantage of the rewards that comes with the divine feminine has been something I have a lot of practice in, something I've been doing for quite some time, whether or not it was intentional or authentic of myself. I have capitalized on that, right? Now with the divine masculine, it's amazing because my experience with it is totally different, and I'll get more into that as we dive into this. I understand the roles, and I invite each of you to understand the roles as well. And not just, oh, well, boys do this and girls do that, and girls like pink and boys like blue. Not necessarily that, just how you playing your organic role, the role that comes the most natural to you. It might not be 50-50, 50% feminine, 50% masculine, right? It's just that they need to be in synchronicity. And I just know that sometimes we can get so wrapped up into ourselves and what we have going on that we are ossified in roles that we shouldn't play for that long. So that's just my little disclaimer to this part. My relationship to my divine masculine has been interesting. I acknowledge it has been a journey that has been long, with many influences and still areas of improvement remaining. I was raised with two brothers. Then as a teen mom, I had two sons. I have two sons. So yeah, big masculine energy my whole life. And moreover, I come from a family that had a consistent patriarchal presence where I saw how men and women coexist and carry out gender roles. I was a cross between a tomboy and a girl's girl, playing sports with the boys and Barbie dolls and tea parties and dress up solo. As a single parent, I have had to be the authority and nurturer, the homemaker and breadwinner, the student and the teacher, the mother and the masculine light presence for my sons. Let me say, I certainly feel children should be raised by a balanced community. In the world we're in today, families have so many various appearances and values. However, it takes a village, a healthy, harmonious village to raise a child. I value the relationship that I have with my children, their father, and the divine masculine of myself and my upbringing. Shout out to my ancestors, okay? Ashe, ashe, ashe. As I was writing this segment, I wanted to make sure I shared my experience and relationship with masculinity. As a woman, I prefer to be my divine feminine, okay? However, that state of being, as previously stated, is a privilege. My relationship with masculinity has been an overall healthy one. I love men. I understand the importance of hard work and appreciating handouts, and I practice bonding with the brothers in my tribe. June is Men's Mental Awareness Month, and the cosmos was doing their thing around that time, setting us up for a period of discipline, growth, leadership, and receiving. It was around then I began traveling to my masculine consciousness and intentionally tapped into its frequency. My goal was to learn more about myself, including my ego, insecurities, and my overcompensations, and how they influence my habits, behaviors, and interactions with others. For me, as a predominantly feminine creature, my perceptions of the divine masculine are receiving and leisure, independence and efficiency, tact and assertion, methodical output, and being intuitive and primal. Historically, the divine masculine has been observed and celebrated in various cultures and mythologies. For example, in ancient Greek mythology, Zeus embodied the protective and authoritative aspects of the divine masculine. Orishas such as Dada symbolizes protection of those who are vulnerable or unable to defend themselves in their innocence. Oroko represents stability, strength, and longevity. And in Hinduism, Lord Shiva represents the power of transformation and destruction, highlighting the dynamic and transformative nature of masculine energy. Sounds so powerful. The archetypes show us that the divine masculine isn't just about physical strength, but also about inner resilience and the ability to initiate change. So, what are ways that we can cultivate our divine masculine? Activities such as journaling allows reflection, introspection, and communication practice. Playing puzzles and strategy games such as chess, scavenger hunts, escape rooms, they all train the prefrontal cortex, and that cultivates and sharpens our logic. Leadership opportunities such as volunteering in the community, coaching little leagues, or whatever team building activities you can think of are also ways we can achieve balance in our divine masculine. Practice taking initiative. You can do this by learning your fears and conquering them, or seeing something that needs to be done and getting it taken care of. I consider a form of initiative to be organizing and preparing. So perhaps you can prepare for tomorrow the night before by taking your clothes out and making sure you get a good night's rest. And of course, right nostril breathing. Our right nostril is our connection to our masculine and sun. When When right nostril breathing, we activate the left side of our brain, improving our decision making, linguistics, and logic skills, as well as soothe our sympathetic, aka fight or flight nervous system. And as previously mentioned, meditation. The chant Ma activates Kundalini energy and brings inner awareness. Find your masculine frequency and nurture it. Before I close, I just wanted to mention that I've spent all of June diving into my divine masculine, and I've been spending I've been spending the past 3 months in my divine feminine, which has called me to rest and allow the seeds that I have planted to grow. The feminine energy is often associated with receiving, and masculine energy is associated with giving. I challenge you to flip that around. So if you find yourself to be someone that gives a lot, I know single parents, we find ourselves in that boat a lot, as well as just people that are martyrs to their families. We find ourselves in that predicament a lot with our families. If you can't think of 3 things that you've done for yourself, but you can think of 3 things that you've done for other people in the same amount of time. So let's say you say, well, in the past month, I've done this for my little brother, and I've done this for my mom, and I've done this for my dad's ex-wife. And then you can only name 1 thing that you've done for yourself in the past month. Then I challenge you to be more on the receiving end. Ashe? Ashe. And vice versa. If you found yourself more on the receiving end the first time, go and give back. Pay it forward to somebody else. Share in your abundance, because it'll come back to you, right? You've only been receiving, so it's time to give. I'm sending positive energy, love, and light to each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting my channel. If we met out in the community, thank you so much for being wherever you were that I was at. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I celebrate you. I'm going to double check our calendar, but I do believe that we will be beginning our chakra series in August, and I'm very excited about that. Love chakras, love teaching about them. They are our energetic centers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, and just good information. The videos probably won't be as long, but it's about quality, right? Right. Also, before I go, let the message I shared with you be taken with discernment and wisdom. Please do not let it hold you back because you're now overthinking, okay? Let the universe and your spirit be your guides. Please follow Balanced Enlightenment on Instagram. Obviously, subscribe, like, comment, share this video. And signing out for now. We'll be in chat soon. In movement. Ashe.